Plaintiff Ruth Gordiola was married to the defendant's son, and she claims he wasn't invited to their wedding because he's an aggressive drunk who made inappropriate advances towards her. Ruth is suing her father-in-law for unpaid loans. Defendant Antonio Gordiola insists he was invited to his son's wedding, and he denies ever acting inappropriately towards Ruth.
Start with you.
My backstory with my father-in-law is that him and I have always had a rocky relationship. And it all started from the day I met him in 2016. He's always had this aggressive demeanor on him, like he owns the world.
You were his son's
yes.
wife, correct?
And my late husband's.
Oh, sorry
yes.
to hear that. You lost your husband.
Thank you,
but
sir.
So would he portray that behavior towards you?
Yes.
Tell me how.
So it all started off at my wedding. I did get married to his son on July 9th of 2016. And he wasn't invited to our wedding just because he's always had that attitude that he's just extremely aggressive and he's a mean drunk. So my wedding night, after we did while we were doing the father-in-law and daughter dance, he handed me $100 in my hand and then whispered in my ear, "I told you I was gonna come, like you don't get things your way," and then called me out of my name.
That's not true.
Called me the B word. And then proceeding at the end of the night, he was cooking. He invited us to have an after party at his house, which I knew from the get-go was a bad idea. But my husband—
Particularly if he had just called you a B. Go ahead.
He called me a B. And then at the end of the
certainly
night—
wouldn't. I'd be wanting to jump on him, particularly if I'm your husband.
I just told him—
I certainly ain't going to no party at his house. Go ahead.
Yeah, I told
So
him—
if I did that, why they show up?
because my husband wanted to go.
Go ahead.
He was a daddy's boy. I'm not denying that.
I understand. I wouldn't have went though. That's all.
I didn't
if
want to go.
my wife had to go, you didn't go?
I didn't want to go, but my husband pleaded.
Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah. So then at the end of the night, he called me again out of my name, continued to use that word. And everyone, all of the guests that we had over his house, including
Your husband was saying nothing?
My husband was in the restroom.
You didn't tell him?
I did tell him.
Honey, he's calling me this over and over.
I did, but my husband had been drinking. We were drinking, so my husband was just like, "Oh, that's just how my dad is."
Okay.
So my family and friends that were there, they were like telling him respectfully, like, "Sir, you're not supposed to be calling her that." While we were doing the father-in-law and daughter dance, he whispered in my ear, "I told you I was gonna come, like you don't get things your way," and then called me out of my name.
That's not true.
Called me the B word. And then he invited us to have an after party at his house, which I knew from the get-go was a bad idea. But my
Particularly
husband—
if he had just called you a B.
Plaintiff Ruth Gordiola says while married to the defendant's son, the defendant often got drunk and made inappropriate advances towards her.
All right, so that was the nature of you all's relationship. Anything else you want me to know?
He's always made inappropriate advances towards me when he's drunk.
When did he say
That
these
was when I
things?
moved in with him in 2018.
Okay.
He would
And
invite—
your husband was there?
My husband was downstairs watching
Did you
a
share
Raiders
those
game.
things with him, how he constantly hit on you?
I would tell him that, Your Honor,
And he
but
did nothing?
my husband
not
was
true.
a daddy's boy.
Okay, I understand. All right.
He invaded our privacy,
Let me hear from
especially—
you, sir. Give me some background.
The only thing I said to her on her wedding day, and yes, I was invited, or the only thing I said on her wedding day is you took me calling you a wrong. So I didn't mean a as a. We were having a conversation. I had called her okay? And I'm just telling you because that's the word that was
She
used.
used the B word, as she did. She
Okay.
was respectful enough to use the B word.
So anyway, you know, they came to the, you know, because I ended up throwing the after party because they didn't have one. All right?
We didn't want one.
So they came to the house. Nobody made my son or her come to the house. And after she caused the scene, Tony said, "You
What
don't."
scene did she call?
What was the scene I called?
She brought up everything
No, I
that
didn't.
we had done.
Where? Were you all in the
That
house?
we were
What's the
beefing over.
scenario?
It was out in the street. In fact, I walked up the
What
street.
provoked her to begin saying that?
I think because she was drunk.
Okay. And this was a wedding night? is it?
Yes.
All right. At the wedding night after party, she came and she was in the middle of the street drunk, making allegations about you, saying what, though?
Something to do with hitting. One of them was hitting on her sister, which I didn't do, and I tried to explain
else?
that to her. The other one was calling her the B word out of
else?
her name. And I don't remember what
made
else.
me lie
How
to
did
my
you
husband.
respond?
So I'm sitting there saying, look, you got it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of telling you that you got it wrong. I said, I don't deserve this.
Mm-hmm.
And my son is right there. And we're walking up the street. So the other people.
What does your son say?
What did my son say?
Yes.
My son said, Dad, you don't have to say sorry to her anymore for the way she acted and what she did.
Why would you say that about a dead
Now,
man that
mind
can't
you,
defend himself?
Your son and
Mind
her
you-
husband is deceased, so we can't reach back and determine
Right.
what he
But
said.
mind you,
unless,
if I was so disrespectful and using these B words
No,
or
you were
any
here.
of these
You
ad-
did him here.
or-
You did him in here. You were disrespectful to my court. And I don't know what court you've been in to think you can come in here and use that terminology. You're not in a ghetto.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I
you
want
act
to
like
know
it.
exactly
You act
what
like
that
it. Come in
B
my
word is.
courtroom
This is how I
cursing
feel,
like that.
Your Honor.
Let me hear from you on what he owes you, the loans, ma'am.
So he asked for $600, but we ended up giving him $300 just because I know he is
Because he was
reckless.
broke. What else?
And he spent it recklessly. He came to Chicago, and I heard
When
from
was he
his
to
children.
repay you?
I'm sorry?
When was he supposed to repay
He
the
said
money?
until before he dies.
All right. He said he's going to pay you before he dies?
Correct.
And you said okay?
I told him it was fine because he was family.
So why are you here today, ma'am? If you told him he could pay you anytime before
Your
he
Honor,
dies.
because he was family.
All right. I'm going to have to dismiss your claim. Have a good day.
I'm disappointed that he continues to go to court and continues to speak out of my husband's words. My husband hated his father.
That ain't true. I don't have time to deal with this disillusionment.
Plaintiff Donna Burns is a lung cancer survivor, and after her last chemo treatment, she and the defendant, her brother, got a place together. Donna claims the defendant tormented her while living together, and it got so bad the police were called. She's suing her brother for emotional distress. Defendant Alan Meadows says while living with Donna, everything had to be her way, and she constantly started fights with him. Alan claims everything came to a head after Donna stole their deceased siblings' ashes from Alan and then assaulted him. So he's countersuing.
Start with you.
Well, I want to tell you, I love you, Judge, with all my heart. I watch you every day unless I go to a doctor's appointment. I'm in remission from lung cancer. And
How long have you been in remission?
since October of last year, I did my last chemo on October 16th, which was my birthday. That was a great birthday present.
Good.
But I still have cancer here, which I'm still doing radiation for that.
God bless you. We're going
Thank
to
you.
pray for you.
In October of 2018, me and my brother had to get a place together. Since then, things have went
How
down.
did you all get along when you all were growing up?
We got along pretty much okay.
Okay, so it wasn't a bad idea then.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
All right.
Since then, that time, he thought I had my TV too loud. He would turn the breaker off to the power to my TV. He took my remote to my TV and hasn't given it back to me yet.
Did he ever say to you, hey, sis, can you turn the TV down a little? And if so, what was your response?
Well, I didn't really respond to him. I didn't turn it down because I have ringing of the ears, and that covers up the noise of the ringing of the ears.
Okay.
And people that don't have ringing of the ears don't understand it.
You probably should have told him no. Hopefully he would have been understanding.
Well, I ignored him because of another situation because he said I wasn't respecting him. Well, he wasn't respecting me in a lot of ways either. He thought I had my TV too loud. He would turn the breaker off to the power to my TV. He took my remote to my TV and hasn't given it back to me yet.
Did he ever say to you, hey, sis, can you turn the TV down a little? And if so, what was your response?
Well, I didn't really respond to him because he said I wasn't respecting him. Well, he wasn't respecting me in a lot of ways either.
Plaintiff Donna Burns is suing her brother, who claims while living together, Donna assaulted him and fractured his vertebrae.
What was he doing to disrespectful in your opinion?
One day he went to the breaker box and shut the whole breaker off to the whole apartment.
So there were no lights at all.
No. And the police were called. If I didn't call him, he would call him.
About what? About the TV?
About everything that was going
The
on.
police come to you all's house,
Yes. Yes.
2 siblings, brother and sister,
Yes.
because one has the TV on too loud.
Yes.
So you call the police and say, hey, my sister has the TV up too
Oh,
loud.
sir, that's not true.
I don't need to move there if the police are coming. Where you all live? If the police come for such minor issues as that.
I turned the breaker off because I was writing an important letter to the governor of Illinois. And so then she came out and turned on the TV, and it was like an amphitheater, and it was blaring. So I come out and asked her politely if she would turn down the TV. Anyway, she turned it up. So I'm like, okay. Then I went in and I flipped off the breaker. I did that. And then, you know, she called the police to have them come out and turn on the breaker.
And they came.
Yeah,
How long did it take?
I don't really know.
How long did it take?
What, for them to come out?
Yes.
10, 15 minutes.
But they can't show up when somebody's shot and bleeding nonetheless. Go ahead.
I asked her nicely and politely several times if she doesn't want to turn down
Okay,
the TV.
what happened before that? Because this doesn't sound like this was the first time you all had a disagreement living together.
Well, ever since we moved in together, everything has to be her way, everything. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm not going to bicker with you. I just stayed up in my section of the house. And I lived upstairs, she lived downstairs. And she just kept trying to create a problem. So I turned off the breaker. I figured, well,
I got that part. Now tell me about the $2,000 you're suing him for. Why do you feel he should pay you that?
Because he's put me through heck since we've been living together.
Other than just turning off the circuit breaker?
Yes.
What else?
Okay, we have a brother that was deceased. In January, Alan came down to my bedroom about 5 in the morning saying, Donna, where's Dwayne's ashes? I says, as far as I know, they're still up in your room. He says, oh no, I got a video of you on my cell phone with you taking them. But he don't realize if he would have taken them, he would have seen me take them. And he would have said something to me then. Didn't happen. And then he changed his story, and he's got steps going up to his bedroom, and he said he seen me carrying the little velvet pouch down with the ashes in. He would have said something to me then, and he didn't. I did not take our brother's ashes. I give them to him to begin with. I didn't take them back. But because he thinks I took our brother's ashes, he took my dog's ashes. And when I die, I wanted her ashes to be in my casket with me. No, I can't do that. I'll never get her back. But he said he didn't take them.
Okay.
And yes, I called the police report and about that too, but there's nothing I could do because he said he didn't take them. He's also told me he hopes my cancer comes back.
Sir, what do you want to say to this?
first off, what she just said is not the truth. When she was coming down the stairs with the ashes in question and the cartridge casings, even if you would order her to return that to me, there's no guarantee that's his ashes and the cartridge casings from the 21 gun salute. At the funeral home, when our brother passed away, or during the wake, I gave her the same vial that I had to get ashes.
No.
She could have got her own ashes.
No, I could not.
And she had the vial, I had a vial, I got mine full.
Did you have video of her walking away with your brother's ashes?
I did, but it was not on my cell phone. It was on a security surveillance
Did you
system.
show her?
I was trying to find it for the police department, and I accidentally hit the wrong button and deleted it.
Because there is no video, Your Honor.
And she's got a deadbolt on her room. There was no
Not
forced
at that time, I
entry.
did not.
There's no forced entry. So how would I have gotten in them? Why would she have waited for 3 weeks or a
What do you
month
think happened to her dog's ashes then?
after she stole my brother's ashes?
What do you
Our
think
brother's
happened?
ashes, I think she got all the ashes and put them at my nephew's.
No.
But her dog's
Why wouldn't
ashes,
she want to keep her dogs with her?
Exactly.
Why would she
so that
want
she
to?
can create a false accusation to say I stole them.
Why?
They're not good at, because, well, same thing with the crutch. It's deception. She didn't need that crutch. She didn't need the crutch to come down the stairs when she was stole the ashes, and she didn't need the crutch when she came up and battered me. She didn't have no crutch anytime. And you'll see, I got a video to show you.
But
She
there's a
don't use that
banister
crutch.
that I can hold on to, so that's why I don't need the crutch.
All right, let's see whatever video you want me to see, sir.
Plaintiff Donna Burns is suing her brother, who claims while living together, Donna assaulted him and fractured his vertebrae.
Go ahead.
Didn't have no crutch. No crutch.
Because she
Not at all.
fell.
No, she was trying to reach through my legs to get to the black radio on the bottom.
That was on the railing by his door.
She
What's
was
your counterclaim, sir? What has she
pain and
done to
suffering
you?
after
that
she
is-
punched me in the back
Okay.
and fractured my vertebra.
I did not.
All right.
I have
so,
hospital records.
Let's see your doctor's report.
Damn
And
it.
let's see where you informed him
Honor.
it came from something she did to you.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
that was because when he was younger, he was in a hit and run.
But
It
did
took
you
off.
hit him recently that
I just
fractured
barely
his
tapped
vertebrae?
him. But not, there ain't no way I'm gonna punch anybody
Tap him with your hand or with that crutch?
with my hand.
I've had to go to the hospital 3 different times. There's one, two.
And one of these are going to show where you reported what she did to you as the cause?
Yes, sir.
Well, read that part.
And do I look like I could punch somebody in her?
You got 40
I don't think
pages there.
so.
I'm sure one of those pages indicate that.
Right here it says that my diagnosis was pathological fracture of vertebra.
I
What's the
said
date?
where you have associated her with the cause of that.
I didn't have this problem until after she punched me in the back.
Right. And so you should have been able to tell one of those doctors on one of those 40 pages, doctor, police, you call the police about the music up. So certainly you're going to call when she breaks your vertebrae.
I did call. I did call the police, Your
And
Honor.
said she broke my vertebrae?
No, I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know it till after I went to the
What did
hospital.
you say?
That's from the hit and run when he was younger.
Did you say anything about back pain?
Yes.
Okay, let's see it. If you don't say that, sir, I'm granting her judgment and yours will be dismissed. Meadows stated that his sister identified punched him in the back. He was not injured.
He asked me if I was injured, and I said, I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
No, you said you weren't. I'm reading what he said. Have a good day.
No, he
Your
said-
claim is dismissed and yours is granted.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Your Honor, Your Honor, hold on, hold on. Your Honor, I would like to get a hug from you.
Certainly.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
God bless you. We're going to say a prayer for you.
Thank you.
All right?
God bless you. I love your show.
Now.
I knew it.
Plaintiff Nakia Flowers dated the defendant and they had 2 children together. Nakia claims after she confronted the defendant about cheating, they got into a physical fight and she pulled a knife on him. As a result, Nakia spent 2 days in jail and she's suing her ex today for property and emotional distress. Defendant Jermaine Fuller says while dating Nakia, he supported her and their children. Jermaine claims Nakia has anger issues. And not only did she badmouth him to their daughter, but she also spit on him and destroyed property in their home. Jermaine is countersuing for an insurance deductible and emotional distress.
Start with you, ma'am.
Your Honor, I would like to say it's a pleasure to be here. It's also an embarrassment to be here to be suing my ex-boyfriend and the father of my children. We've been together for 5.5 years. The first 4.5 years was pretty good, pretty strong. The last year seemed to kind of go downhill. The straw that broke the camel's back for us was the evening of May 2nd. I had used the defendant car to run some errands. I happened to find a phone number in this car, and I've seen this phone number before, so I called it. A young lady picked up, and she told me who she was, and she knew Mr. Fuller, and that he had took her out a few times, and he told her he didn't have no kids, he didn't have no girlfriend. You know, so I'm pretty upset at the time. I'm pretty upset, so I wait for him to get off work. He makes it home.
Plaintiff Nakia Flowers has 2 children with the defendant, and she claims after she pulled a knife on him during an argument, she spent 2 days in jail.
Go ahead.
We argue about it. It was a verbal argument, got a little physical, so I drew a knife on him. I didn't cut him, I didn't harm him, but I did threaten him. Mr. Fuller here proceeds to pull out this little secret cell phone that he had. I didn't even know he had it. He calls the police on me. I get took to jail. I'm in jail for 2 days. I get released on the 4th of May, maybe like 9 o'clock that night, expecting for my man to be there to pick me up, but he wasn't. I had to walk about 10 miles home in the cold. I make it home. Mr. Fuller isn't there, my kid's not there. So I get in my car, I drive to my sister's house. We chilling for a little minute. I didn't leave right away. My phone happened to get cut off while I was in jail, so I asked my sister, you want to ride to Walgreens with me to go get a phone card? She said, sure. This around 1 o'clock in the morning. I get to Walgreens. Who do I see? Mr. Fuller coming out of Walgreens with a bag of condoms with 2 girls in his car. Got liquor, got food, looked like they was having a good time. So he proceeded to get in his car, he locked his door. I'm cussing him out behind the glass. He pulls off and there, hit me. So I jump in my car, I chase him. I got an 8-cylinder Mercedes Benz. You ain't getting away from me. I chased him. I did. Wait a minute, because it get real serious now. You know, I chased him. He know he ain't getting away from me, so he proceeded to roll down his window and cuss me out. Why the you following me? Why the you following me? And these girls in the car laughing at me, you know, just making a fool out of me. Okay, so I'm hurt, I'm devastated. Every emotion you could possibly have was running through me. I was so angry, I rammed this car. I took my car, I zoomed up, I bagged, reversed. I'm not justifying my actions. What I did was wrong.
Which car? The butcher knife or the car?
I hit his car, yeah. I hit his car with my car. You know, not
what about
thinking,
the butcher
I'm
knife?
messing up my car, but I'm not thinking.
What about the butcher knife? Or how was it? Was he assaulting you? How was he?
It got physical. It did get a little physical.
Tell me who was physical against who?
We both was a little physical with each other.
Who initiated the physical?
He was kind of pushing me. I was pushing him. He was, you know, it didn't get to where it was.
You sound like you got a little temper on you. Let me hear from you, sir.
I do. I admit that I do.
Let me hear from him a little bit, and then you can get back to ramming his car. And yeah, I need a little break from the drama. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've known Nakia Flowers for 6 years now. We have 2 kids together. She also has a daughter that I've been taking care of since I've been in her life for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Nakia has maybe had a job maybe for a year in the last 5 years. I've been taking care of everything, Your Honor. All of it, Your Honor. And if you love somebody, Your Honor, you don't show your love by pulling a butcher knife out on them. You don't show your love by spitting on them. You don't show your love by telling a 7-year-old daughter that daddy don't love you no more and that the family is broke up. You don't do that. Nakia has an anger problem. And when she gets angry, she starts picking up stuff. She starts breaking stuff. All around the house is broken up.
Sounds like you're a very hardworking guy, got the right attitude towards your family, and sounds like you're very smart. With the exception, if you know she has a temper, which some might characterize that as psycho. If you know you got you a psycho, why would you dally around with 2 women coming out of a public place, knowing that you just missed being cut with a butcher knife 2 days earlier?
Your Honor, when
how
the
she know you got condoms? You walking out without a bag on the condom? You didn't have a bag? You didn't have them in a bag?
It wasn't no condoms, Your Honor. It was a can of Fix-A-Flat. That's what it was.
Your tire flat.
Your Honor,
it
was a can of Fix-A-Flat. These 2 women came from the club. When they rolled up in the gas station, they had a flat tire. The tire was completely blown. The lady gave me $20 to take her to Walgreens because there wasn't nowhere else open to get a can of Fix-A-Flat real quick. And that's where Miss Flowers approached me at. I ain't got no reason to lie.
He got every reason to lie.
I don't got no reason to lie.
I don't believe that story, sir, about no women coming up to you talking about take them to the drugstore and get them to Fix-A-Flat. No, nobody believe that.
Plaintiff Nakia Flowers has 2 children with the defendant, and she claims after she pulled a knife on him during an argument, she spent 2 days in jail.
Now, how are you suing him? What has he done to you?
I'm gonna get to that. So I pull off, I leave. Keep in mind, I'm in my car. So I go back to my sister's house. I park my car in her garage. I'm like, okay, well, let's go get my stuff. Me and my sister go. Mr. Fuller already there. They done cleared everything of mine out the house. He like, B, you don't live here no more. Get the out of my house. I'm finna give all your stuff away. My kids' clothes, my clothes, just gone.
You have an estimate of the items?
I mean, I got internet receipts because
list?
I'm a big eBay shopper.
Or a list? Either one.
It's a
Sir,
lot of
what do you want
stuff.
to tell me?
When I got to the house, Miss Flowers comes out of nowhere. I told her, you gotta go. You gotta go to police. You ain't even supposed to be here. All of a sudden, the police pull up. Miss Flowers just out the back of the house. The police come in. They like, where she at? I'm like, she just went out the back. They go looking for her. And the police come down with another female who was hiding up in the attic, and she had a bag of clothes. Now, when I got there, the house looked like a tornado had went through it. Her clothes, shoes, everything was everywhere. It looked like somebody was trying to hurry up, put stuff in the bag, and hurry up and leave. But I got there too quick. All I did was I put all that stuff in the garbage bags. I put it down in the basement. When 2 days later came, the police said, you have to give her stuff. I took all that stuff over to her mama's house. It is no need for me to keep kids' toys, wigs, and accessories and stuff like that. For what? I was running for my life.
Who has a police report?
I had a police report.
I was running for my life.
This is the police. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, I observed a female, later identified as Nakia Flowers, pacing back and forth with a knife in her right hand. I then observed a male, later identified as Jermaine Fuller, standing in the northeast corner of the basement with his hands up. I moved to the southwest corner of the basement, and I observed Flowers advance toward Fuller with the knife in her right hand and raised up with a blade facing down. Ma'am, this is horrible. Fuller then told Flowers that he wanted to leave, to which Flowers replied, if you leave here, I'm gonna cut you. Your counterclaim is for an insurance deductible?
Yes, the $500 I had to pay.
And emotional distress?
With the butcher knife, sir.
He didn't pay the deductible. His mother paid the deductible. So if I'm gonna owe anybody, it's her. The car is in her name.
He may owe his mother, ma'am. He may owe his
Your
mother.
Honor.
His mother paid his debt, so therefore he owes his mother, and therefore you would owe him. I'm trying to determine this personal property, sir. And you say her property is at her mother's house, and I believe it is at her mother's house. I give you $500 for the deductible, sir,
Yes,
for
sir.
the car that you admittedly rammed out of anger. This man came close to death, and you came close to life imprisonment. I'm not going to grant you a dime, ma'am. Your claim is dismissed, $500 for your deductible. You all have a good day.
Thank you.
It's a point of no return. Me and him is done. We have no future.
The Bible teach not to hate, and I ain't gonna hate nobody.